right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Black 25. Mike 58 right there. Hey, let's get some penetration here. 30. Let's go.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be on your offensive line to take control. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Go. Hey, exit. Get it.
2nd and 3. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
Safety creep. Check safety. 36. Go.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. What's good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Ready? Green, triple T.
Third and long for Winston. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early.
Really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Door.
Hey, switch gears. Shoot.
Rock it. We got double up. Spike.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. Wide, get wide. Check 24.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here we go. 30 base.
6 man. Check curls. Check 9. Watch twist.
80 weapon. Let's go.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, lock it. Look at me. Zipper. On the ball. Snap.
On the ground, this is Kamara. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Ready up. X3. 218. Chopper.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Hit it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Decker. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on 3rd and long. Decker. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the 30.
Come on, baby, let's go.
62 yards on the play. First down, Panthers.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. He finds Robinson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction. So now what can they do on 3rd?
Hey, 5 on 50. 5 on 50. Switch. Wait. 5 on 50. 5 on 50. 5 on 50.
They'll throw again. Winston. Got a man, Slayton. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal, Carolina.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Stewart. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A 5-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's...
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Decker. Throw left side complete. That's Lawrence. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Bravo. Protein spill.
On third down. Decker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep for the Panthers, DJ Moore. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And that hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Check 52. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch out.
Yes. Get it.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Check.
Hey.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And Kamara has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
You ain't doing nothing today. Pilot, 64, weak, 5.
Throwing on first down. Decker looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lawrence. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Crunch.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, high 7. Hey, go.
From the gun, Decker, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming.
Now.
To throw on second down. Decker drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a third and about 13.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
61, matchbox lights.
Operating from the gun, Decker into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ready, black 25, 30.
Now Stewart on first down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash.
From the 39, Winston. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Winston. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
And the Panther first down.
Ready, blue lady.
Mike, 58, right there.
Green, 17.
58.
A first down throw for Winston. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel there to make the grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Hey, orbit.
Throwing again. Decker. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go.
SOS.
Ready?
From the gun, Decker. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the interception, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They run here with Stewart. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 37 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A 10th carry for Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch the 6-6. Pull it high. Snap.
Back to throw. Decker. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Easy. Check. 58.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run it here with Gordon. Able to slither by. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Looking to throw. Decker. And he's going to go down again. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here comes the Saints punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side, in the spot will be inside the 35.
Let's go. 31-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Let's go.
First down, Panthers.
Ready. Black 25. Sonic.
He's not going to get me. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Here we go, G. Delta. Here I come.
58.
Jameis now on first down. He's going to look deep for more. An incomplete, an excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free.
Check. Fresno.
A second down throw for Winston. He's going to look deep for more. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Watch the eye.
Green, triple team.
Showing it.
Back. Rotate. Back. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's complete to Slayton. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Rush in. Kill.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Stewart, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Wait. 6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
This is Stewart again. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
We got to step it up.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and their lead will swell up to 28. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Again, it's Kamara. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game, and a 1st down as well. Jameis now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert.
Here's Stewart. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get your swerve on. Safe. Bang, 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 bang. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
36. Hey, watch it.
They'll try the left side. It's Fields. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, stop. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fields. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
58 right there.
Hey, 5 on the 50. Let's go.
On 1st down, Tripp, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Throwing, Winston, finding Knox there, complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run on 1st down. Stewart, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 11-yard line.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Check.
5 on the 50.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down now, Tripp. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It's just never material.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
take over
Let's
first
go,
and
boys.
10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
Come on.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Let's go. 22 jet bomber. 22. Let's go.
To throw on third down. Decker. And able to complete it to Moreau. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.